Okay, let me read this. This is Coco's book. We got this for her for Christmas. I sound terrible right now, but I'm home and trying to get better. Been drugged up on Theraflu, and the puppies are keeping me busy, and I have some time, so thought maybe I just read this. Try to read this. Oh my goodness, did you hear that cough? I would show up myself, but I look like hell right now. So I will spare you. Maybe I shouldn't talk. I'm bored as hell at home. Coco. We were playing with the balloon earlier. Teaching her patience and how to be gentle. It's our one toy for today. If she pops it, she don't have anything else to play with. So she's learning to be gentle. She's bit me a few times, this girl. She's mean. Rocky is not as mean as she is. She's mean. So she's also a diva with her own book. Coco's Adventures in Petlandia. Okay. Okay, to Sheena and Henry, may this book always be a reminder of how much you and Coco adore each other. Coco lived in Chattanooga and dreamt of being a star with her very own TV show and chauffeur-driven car. But being cute and furry made stardom rather tough, especially as the only words she knew were woof and rough. Feeling brave, she folded up her PJs and a flannel along with some ideas for her Coco YouTube channel. Fumbling in the darkness, she scrawled a doggy note, then kissed Sheena and Henry and went to get her coat. Scampering through a moonlit street with thoughts of being wealthy, Coco stopped beside a sign and thought, I'll take a selfie. I gotta get her a yellow coat or jacket. Pulling out her iPhone, she posed and took a snap, then headed to the airport while squinting at her map. Her Instapaw account. Okay. Coco was excited because she never flown before, unless you count that time she slammed a laptop on her paw. Ooh, where is she? There she is. And as the plane took off, she thought of A-list hounds and mutts while trying to squish her nose into a teeny bag of nuts. When Coco got to Hollywood, she set up several meets, but most of them went wrong because she tinkled on the seats. And even though she tried her best, the top dogs weren't impressed. We seen your act before, kid, and look at how you're dressed. Oh. With failure after failure, Coco's confidence was shrinking. But then she saw a saxophone, which kind of got her thinking. I need to learn some new tricks to really make me shine. And then I'll make some videos and post them all online. Meanwhile, back in Chattanooga, Sheena found a note. My dog thinks she'll be famous. Oh, what a silly goat. Woof, 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 woof. Bark. But suddenly, Henry looked up and saw Coco on the news. She'd become an online superstar with 50 million views. Rex said, call him. It seems dogs can learn new tricks. Sheena thought out loud, and Henry started laughing. They both felt very proud. Petflix instead of Netflix. There was Coco on chat show tootling away while teetering on a unicycle doing doggy ballet. Soon the world was going wild for Coco's jolly tunes. You could even buy a storybook and see her in cartoons. She bought a doggy mansion and limo and a yacht, and she even met the president and partied quite a lot. Party animal. Other doggies lined up to shake Coco by the paw, and scripts for pet-based movies came tumbling through the door. She sit and count her money while lounging on her throne. Whoa, look at her. Fast and Furious. But when she wasn't working, she'd often be alone. Because she felt so lonely, Coco bought more stuff. And even though she had it all, it was never quite enough. She got her chandelier and everything. It's never quite enough. She tried some doggy yoga, which she thought might make her happy, but that just tied her up in knots and made her sore and snappy. That's hilarious. That's like me in Pure Bar. Then suddenly it hit her as she chewed her oldest bone. What Coco wanted most was to be snuggled back at home. Yes, she missed her fancy life, the palm trees and the chauffeur, but none of that compared to cuddling Sheena on the sofa. Oh, it's like me in Miami. She called off her world tour. She called off all her concerts and gave away her things, but all things home were fully booked, so she clung onto the wings. Oh, so all flights home were fully booked, so she clung onto the wings. Crazy girl. She was on an airplane. Hanging on for dear life as the plane took to the skies made Coco think of tummy rubs, and tears welled in her eyes. Aww. Soaring over Chattanooga, Coco thought, I'd had a hoot, but home is where the heart is, so I need a parachute. Where's she gonna find a parachute? Oh. Fumbling in her suitcase, she found a sparkly gown, then used it as she leapt off to sort of slow her down. Tumbling through the fluffy clouds was really quite a rush, but Coco had slowed down, or she'd soon be doggy mush. Just then she saw a mattress dumped upon a roof, so steered herself towards it and landed with a woof. Jumping into Henry's arms, Coco cried with joy. Then Sheena squeezed her squeaker and a squishy, squashy toy. She need to go to groomers. Fame is pretty epic, but snuggling is the best, thought Coco as she curled up to enjoy a well-earned rest. It's like, don't talk about me. Miles away in Hollywood, things were much the same, and countless pets arrived each day to search for wealth and fame. They often spoke about the dog who played the saxophone and how she left it all behind because she missed her home. But Coco wasn't bothered that she'd given fame the shove, because her trip had taught her that what really counts is love. Because her trip had taught her that what really counts is love. The end. Maybe I can make another video when I'm not really sick. Coco. I gotta clean the house today. I'm sick. All right, bye-bye.